baking soda. Wait, whether they're doing wings or something. About a tablespoon.
Check. All right, guys, here we go.
I had Italian pasta.
Welcome to the show.
Spaghetti with a meatball.
Hey, Dub.
Yeah, Richard, what's up?
You know what I had for supper tonight?
I'm excited to hear. What'd you have?
I had the most healthiest meal anybody can have. That was broccoli and cooked salmon.
Oh, see, well, I normally eat like that. During Monday through Friday, I'll have grilled chicken and a vegetable. Today, not so much. Oh, God. Today was, there were desserts involved, Richard. There was a carrot cake involved. There was some apple crumb involved today, earlier at lunchtime. There was fresh mozzarella and tomato on a big piece of bread. A lot of carbs today, but that sounds very good. How was the salmon cooked? Grilled?
No, fried, and extra virgin olive oil.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that sounds good. Well, I hope you enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah. I had lemon pepper seasoning on it.
Nice.
Well, that sounds just marvelous. Absolutely marvelous. Got a whole lot of nothing to do tomorrow also. So, I don't know. I don't know what the day will have in store. And let's see. Did Dominic make it in yet? I thought he said he was going to be on early.
I was taking all the fun out of ham radio for me.
I'm sorry, whoever I doubled with.
Hey, Doug, did you say he was going to get on early?
He's got a good signal, but good God almighty, what else has he got going on that makes him so damn splattery?
Who we got on frequency? Stations that are having conversations. This is KB2 UKA. We're live on YouTube. Why don't you identify yourself? No one's splattering up here, but you got so quiet now. We're live on YouTube. Let's get your call. The whole world wants to know who you are.
Who's this? What are you talking about? This is Brian, KF4OUH, Kilo, Foxtrot 4, Oscar, Uniform Hotel.
Oh, what's up, Brian? How you doing?
I'm good. Except the splattering from the adjacent frequency is annoying as hell.
Oh, yeah, see, that's what happens when people are doubling and tripling. You're talking about the guys down below.
Yes, I think so.
You want a sugar rush?
No, the sugar wore off. That was like 1 o'clock. That was 1 o'clock. Well, what's up, Brian? Welcome.
Not too much. I've been hanging here listening for a bit and looking at some YouTube or some Amazon stuff.
Story of my life, Amazon and YouTube.
Are you hearing me okay?
Oh, yeah, 5'9" into Long Island. What do you got me at?
You're 5'9" as well. Well, let me see. You're actually a little bit more than that. I got 6 dB in attenuation, and you're 5'9". You're sounding fine, as long as I'm not getting splattered all over.
Yeah, I think they're a little closer to you. They splatter up here, but not as bad as some of the other guys on frequency. All right, let me pass it around. Bill, why don't you pick Brian up?
Oh, yeah, I got Brian. That's what I was saying. I quit picking on Brian. He's been in here for a good while, ever since we got on here. So you said something about Bob. Who was going to get on early? I didn't catch who that was.
Oh, yeah, and Brian, I apologize. I thought I didn't hear you in there, and then you came in, and I only caught the tail end. Dominic said he was going to be on early.
Oh, he was in there. He went to eat supper at Penny's, so I guess he's there eating.
Roger, I'm sure he'll make it back.
Okay, 1WIL to 50, and I might be, my clocks are screwed up. I got to get these things set.
Yeah, you're about 28 seconds into it.
Oh, I can handle that.
And
and M2UNL. Hey, Doug, I meant to tell you the update on the XR18. It was misrepresented. Reverb had the wrong thumbnail, the wrong picture, and I actually got a hold of the seller, and they confirmed it was the wrong one. Reverb put the wrong picture up there.
The bait and switch.
Yeah, it was. It could happen, but it was probably the seller by accident. What was it? A 16?
No, it was the 18.
Well, I know you wanted the 18, but what were they going to send you? The thumbnail was the 18, but what was the actual item?
Oh, the actual item wasn't even a interface. It was something some other piece of equipment. It was pretty funny.
Oh wow. Well, they there's got to be a dozen of them on there.
Yeah, there's a few on there. I just been taking my time poking around, doing other stuff, getting a few things done around the house. But I'll get back on it again.
Yeah, there's a million different ways to do it, right? Like I might go back to my 18. I might stay on these interfaces. I've got a new toy coming sometime in April, which is kind of like an 18, just a little bit different. You can load plugins into it. But yeah, it all works.
Yeah, I was looking at actually another one. Oh boy, another big name made it. It wasn't Yamaha. Oh boy, I can't remember. But I actually called them up. They were out of the state of Washington, the manufacturer, and I confirmed everything. And it come down to it.
What's up, guys?
It wasn't. Let's see. It was Wi-Fi, this and that. But the only thing I didn't catch at the point of sale, which we caught, was it wasn't a USB out.
Oh, so it was not an audio interface. It wasn't, which is the audio. It wasn't the Soundcraft, was it?
No, it wasn't the Soundcraft. It wasn't the what is it? The Midas. It was. Hold on, I think I still may have it in my messages here.
Is it Allen and Heath or Allen and something?
No, I know the one you're talking about. That was on that website that I sent you yesterday, where they had all those broadcast transmitters and stuff. That's a oh my gosh, that's an expensive site.
Oh yeah, that's where the Optimods are and the Omnia Volts. That's Nirvana. KB2 UKA. We missed the 50.
KG4 WQQ.
KF4 OUH.
K1 WIO. I did a bit earlier.
W3 DEP.
Brian, you came up on me now. You're like 10 over.
Well, sometimes things work out.
They do. They really, really do.
I'm just looking at a 4-inch double pole knife switch that I'm going to use for my quick disconnect for my 600 ohm ladder line.
Oh boy, I was talking about that exact thing last night, and two guys talked me out of it and said that if it takes a hit, that'll arc over. What do you think?
I think if anything close on a direct hit, it will arc over. But I'm going to have a knife switch in the shack to disconnect, and there'll also be one out in the backyard so I can disconnect. And hopefully it can go to ground. It will jump to ground before it jumps into the house.
Oh, okay, yeah. So if you're doing two, that you kind of have a fail-safe there.
Yeah, a direct hit, things will jump, but a disconnect is better than no disconnect.
Hey, Doug.
Yeah, Bill.
You put a nice switch in. I'm not sure which type you're going to use. When you do have to pull them open, put a block of wood in between it.
Oh, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. But I think what I settled on was unhooking the coaxes from the tuner and letting the tuner blow and not caring about it. Instead of cutting cutting the ladder line or the twin coax, just let the tuner be the lightning arrestor.
I'm looking at it's called a YXQ, a nice 4-inch knife switch, double pole, and it's perfect for what I need to disconnect my ladder line.
Yeah, if you have a block of wood, as long as there's not a lot of moisture in it, or something like a rubber or something, a block, you can put in between them nice switches. It won't jump.
You say you got one, Richard?
What was that, Brian?
You got a YXQ 4-inch knife switch?
Yeah.
How
Not
is
that
it? Is it all
brand
right?
model, but I've got a knife switch.
I'm sorry, I double with you.
Not that brand name or brand model, but I've got a 4-inch knife switch.
I was surprised I could find one on Amazon. I wish I could find an old antique one with real wood and brass, but this looks like it'll do what I need it to do.
You can get one of those small breaker boxes like they use at a mobile home park.
Yeah, I like the looks of this thing. It looks like something out of a Frankenstein movie, Bride of Frankenstein. I'm gonna push that thing forward and say it's alive.
Yeah, there you go. I'm alive now. I'm transmitting, y'all. Look out.
Richard, man, I hope my audio sounds like yours. This is the loudest I've heard you in a long time. You have that dialed in beautifully.
Well, I have to pass the hands off to Art on it. I waxed my damn DEQ 2496 the night before last. I got Art to run through it real quick last night to get it set, and as he said, it's pretty close. But Doug, I went and bought me the Wheatstone M1.
Yep, last couple of nights, I know. I've been hearing you on it. So you're going into the M1, and then what's the last piece you go into is the Rodecaster?
Yeah, the last piece I go into is a Rodecaster Duo, going into the computer.
And you're picking up the exciter and big bottom in there, right? And then the reverb. Are you doing any compression in the Rodecaster?
No compression in the Rodecaster. No compression on the M1. 2 dBs of compression in Thetis.
And that would just be with CFC, correct?
No, the compression on the front of Thetis. I've got it activated on the front of Thetis and got 2 dBs.
Oh, wow. Ah, very good. Very good. It sounds great.
Hey, Richard, you're not running Thetis at all there?
Yeah, I'm running Thetis, sure am.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're not running the compression in, I can't think of the name of it now.
CFC.
Yeah, CFC.
Well, I am running the CFC. Let me see. I'll tell you. I'll go in here and look at it. I've got the CFC enabled in Thetis, and that's it. And then the pre-comp in Thetis, I've got 2 dBs there.
Okay. So you're running probably a total of 4 dBs total then.
So what's interesting, hold on, let me make sure I have it. So the audio's coming out of the podcaster. It's hitting Thetis. it's immediately getting a tiny bit of compression. And then it goes through another stage. And then right before it turns into RF, it's getting a little bit more compression.
Well, I don't follow you there, but it's coming out of the roadcaster, going to the computer, back from the computer into the radio. No microphone plugged into the radio.
No, I know that. I'm just saying that compressor on the front of Thetis, that's stage 1, and then CFC is the last thing that the software does to the audio before it goes through the final and turns into radio waves. It's a very interesting way. I'm not saying anything bad. It sounds unbelievable. Bill, do I sound like him?
Well, you can't sound like Richard, you know that. No, I understand what you're saying. No, you sound excellent, Doug. Richard, he got the voice, he got the pipes, so you can't take that away from him. That adds to the all the other trinkets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he's got the low end. It's very, very clear and crisp, and he has a deeper voice than I do. And I'm sure Art even cut him in the low end, and I'm cutting the low end, even though my voice isn't as deep as that, because it makes everything clearer. But man, Richard, it sounds great.
Hey, Doug.
Richard, I'll call him E.T. He got that voice, he got that extra test. I call him E.T.
Yeah, who called me?
Dominic, you sound marvelous.
Oh, thank you, Dominic. Thank you. I didn't make it there today. I told my wife I got to go to storage tomorrow. I'm sure it's perfect, but I just want to turn it on.
All right, good deal. Just send me information so I can send you my money.
Money. Yep, so your payment will pay a few months of my credit card bill.
It's funny, when I saw you talk about that other thing, I said, well, that's about 3 payments.
Yep, it's like it never even happened. And I made another. I basically, everything else I sold this week paid for that.
Right, there you go. I'll tell you what, I really appreciate you. You really are into audio. It's so much that you're willing to experiment with all of this. And I was telling the guys earlier, if you can afford it, why not?
Why the hell not? But it's a wash. This is a wash for me. So I sold the RME and I sold what the hell, the other thing, and I pretty much got back what I paid for it. And this thing, the way I look at it, Dominic, this thing is sitting in a clean storage facility, and I have zero intention in ever using it again. So I could either sell it and make $100 more on Reverb, or give it to, let my friend buy it for barely anything so he can enjoy it.
Oh, I will. I'll put it to good use, and I appreciate it, man.
What are you buying, Dominic?
There's X-Air.
There you go.
The 16. So the 16, you're going to have to hardwire that into the, you're going to go, I don't know, how do you go into the radio with that, Dom? Because you're going to come out of the main output of the X-Air, and then what's your connection to the ICOM?
Oh, well, I have a 2496 in here. It's 2 XLRs. I'll just pop those out and pop that into that, and do away with. I'll actually save a cable because I got a phantom power supply in line go between this microphone and the 2496, so that'll be eliminated. It'll be the microphone into the X-Air, and then the X-Air straight into the radio.
You know you can use the 2496 with it.
I was thinking about it. The only reason why I want that is because the 2496, when I first started turning on in the morning, the LCD lights up bright, goes dim, and then the Behringer logo displays. And I don't know if it's always done that or if it's something that just started happening. But when I turn it on, like if I shut it off now and come back in 20 minutes and turn it on, it just pops right up into the Behringer logo. So I don't know if it's going to fail or not. And Dwayne did have a hard time with it. I did replace a cable in it and took care of that initial problem, but I just don't want, I'd rather have something more secure, you know?
Well, I have a 2496 sitting here that I'd be talking to you guys at the old QTH on it, and I would look over, and all the power would be off on it. It would be lit, but I'd have no response, no audio response. And then I would like yell into the microphone, and then it would come back alive. I think it's the power supply, and that sounds like the beginning of a power supply issue with you.
Yeah, it's done me really good. I mean, Dwayne gave it to me, and I fixed the initial problem that he had. I guess I did, or it didn't happen with me, and it's been working really well. I just I don't have my Ukraine box anymore, so if this failed, I'd be back to directly into the radio. So I figured with that, and you did get it in March of last year, so it's really not that old. How many months did you use it? You didn't use it that long.
Well, I bought that one used. Look at the price. So when in 23 and 22, even the 16, the prices got so inflated because no one could find them because of the supply chain issue. Now, a brand new XR18 is like $750, I think. And I remember when they were $1,300. And people were selling them for $1,200 used. So I bought it used, but it's in great condition.
Right. Hey, does that have two USBs on it or one USB port?
It has one, but that does not connect. That is not an audio interface. Only the XR18 or the 32 has USB interface. The USB on the 16 is if you want to stick a thumb drive into it and record to the thumb drive.
All right, yeah, I was curious. Yeah, it's not a big deal. I don't need, and it'll suit my needs.
The only reason you would want it to be an audio interface, which you don't do today, is if you are digitally pushing the audio into your ICOM, which you're not. So it doesn't matter. You're going to hook it up to your internet switch. That you will do, because that's how the software controls it. And then, what do you call it? And then you'll just come out of the main output into the radio. So I can help you with it when you get it, but it's pretty straightforward. The trickiest thing to figure out is if you have the effect on the channel or if you have it inserted on the channel. And you'll put most of your effects directly on your mic channel, but then on your main output, you'll insert like the dual combinator, which is the DEQ basically. That'll like multi-band compress everything that you're sending to the main before it sends it to the radio, KB2 UKA.
All right, yeah, very good. Yeah, I did see there was a lot of similarities as far as setting it up to the 2496, and it just seems like a more expanded unit. And yeah, I'll be interested in learning it. I should be able to pick it up in no time. Anyway, W4DOM, and I don't want to tie it up. I know there was a conversation going on. I think Richard was talking to somebody, so let me stand by.
Hey, Tom, before you take a standby, I watched my 2496 when I turned it on. It went right to the logo, and the meter lights went up, and then it was set. It was done, ready to go.
Yeah, it's only the first thing in the morning. I notice when I turn it on, it'll go bright or dim, and then the logo will pop up. And I do hear a relay click in there. I've always heard the relay. And then, like later on in the afternoon, like when I walk away in the morning, I turn it back on towards the evening, it just pops up right into the Behringer logo, and I don't see all of that. So I imagine once they drain down, there seems to be a problem with them energizing. So, yeah, and I'm too old to solder or a steady hand enough to do it. So I think I was starting to look for one of these, and I seen that the X-Air was going for like $417 for the 12 channel, and then Doug had that one, and so I'll just buy Doug's and be done.
That sounds good, Tommy. I'm down.
Like Doug was saying, you could probably, for a while, if the 2496 is still working, you could add that in on, with the X-Air. I think that'd be a good combination.
Yeah, but what would I get? What benefit would I get out of the 2496 that the X-Air doesn't do?
You want to take that?
Surprised. How many shelves can you build with the XR? I'm not sure. I'll tell you what, with the 2496, there's a lot of shelves in there.
Yeah, what were you going to say, Jeff? I'm sorry, Doug?
So a lot of guys do use it with it. So what I would do if you were ever going to try it, right? You plug your mic in. You do all your subtractive EQing on the EQ on the mic channel that's built into the XR. So that's where you do all your subtractive EQing. Then you turn on your noise gate if you want, because that's all on the channel. That's all built in. All the channels have the same things you could do to it. Then you turn on like 3 dB of compression, whatever you want, 4 dB, adjust the ratio, have little like light compression. Then you could send that mic, that processed mic channel. You could, actually what I would do is I would then, I would go through like an exciter FX on the XR, and maybe like a big bottom on the XR, which the Sound Maxer has like a big bottom in it. Then you come out of that and you go into the DEQ, and you could do some DEQ stuff like with the PEQ. The DEQ portion of it. So you like multiband compress, then you send it back into the XR, and that's where you send it out to your main. You always use the XR now if you're going to use it as home base. So you could have hardware inserts, and that's what the DEQ would be. It would be a hardware insert. You shoot your signal out to the DEQ, you process what you want to do in there, you shoot it back into the XR. And then let's say you're sending the DEQ back to channel 4. You make sure channel 1 through 3 is not sending anything to the main, and then only channel 4 sends to the main. And now you've got your fully processed audio path.
In layman's terms, it's like your pre and your post. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, I see it. I understand it. Yeah, but I guess the only thing I'm using on the 2496 is the GEQ, PEQ, and the DYN, and I'm not messing around with the DEQ. It's turned off, and all the other stuff really, for that matter, is turned off. What I'm liking is that I see right now I'm using this as a downward expander to help with noise. Where without having a noise gate, it'll give me the effect, which I don't have with this, and then the EQ. I think that'll do everything I need to do. I mean, I'm only dealing with 2.9K of bandwidth, so how much should I fit in there? So I think that'll just do all of that just nicely.
We'll talk to Scott about a 2.9 bandwidth. I'll tell you what, when you hit this 7300 going, Dominic, beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's still a lot of room you can play with on 2.9.
Yeah, especially with today's technology. It's a little bit different than...
That is a sequence error. There it is. Whatever.
I think a lot of it too, Bill, is the bottom side of things.
That's what I'm saying, Scott. You take an old 735 or something ICOM and then compare that to 7300. Due to that old radio, you don't have the bottom end like you do in these new 7300s. Even in the mic, the stock mic, they worked on that. They got beautiful audio coming out of the stock mic. I mean, it's a well-balanced radio.
Yeah, you can thank Mr. Heil for that one.
Yeah, buddy. He had a lot of influence on that.
Yepper, he did. That's why the front end of the Yaesu sounds good, too.
Yeah, well, he's the one that started the parametric EQ within, I forget what radio they come out. I know the 950 had it. I still have my 950, had the parametric in that. So he had a big hand in that.
Now, you can't say the back.
No, he might have had a good influence on the front end, but unfortunately, it's the operator that screwed up the back end.
Yep, 100%.
K1WIL, and I'll be back.
EA3 KBC, I'm calling it a night. Catch you guys in the morning.
All right, DJ. I'll talk to you tomorrow. KB2 UKA.
Yeah, I was up at 5:30 this morning, so I've hit that wall.
Bang.
Double Bill, I said I was up at 5:30 this morning, and now I've just kind of hit that wall. I went in and took a little cat nap there a couple hours ago. All right, DJ, have a good one. We'll talk to you probably in the morning, everybody.
Okie dokie. 7-3 VA3 KBC clear.
All right, okay, have a good one. We'll catch up with you later on.
Richard, you're still 15 over up here.
You're still running 10 to 15 over here.
I'm exhausted. Oh my God. The drive to New York City today got me, man. I should be going to bed too, but no. Everyone's doing something. I'm staying on 80 meters later.
I sat back here last night and fell asleep and woke up, I think about 10:30, quarter 11. Stayed up till about 4:30 this morning and went back to bed for about 3 hours.
Oh, wow. Were you on the radio at that time?
Yeah, I was on there talking to the guys on 3990 or 3933.
Oh, I know that group down there. Oh, no. I'm thinking 3833. What time were they on? All night?
Lounge.
You're up to 25 over now, Doug.
Yeah, you're almost touching that yourself.
Hey, Dom.
Yes, sir.
Does the 7300 have a built-in antenna tuner?
Yes, it does.
Roger, roger.
It's got a neat feature to it, too. It tunes. It can tune wider. And the only way you can get it to tune wider is you can go into the setup and click on emergency mode, and then it reduces the radio power down to 50 watts. It'll tune anything. It really does. I used a random wire on it, but it's at 50 watts.
I'll be darned.
I like about it, it has an antenna analyzer. You can go in there and I can set it up for like 10 kc to 25 kc intervals, and I go to SWR and hit the play button, and I set it up for 13 key-ups, right? And it'll do that band spread that I program, and it'll go through the whole band, and it's like key up, click, 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 and it shows you your SWR curve. I think that's pretty neat to have.
I tell you, it's a lot of radio for the bank, for the buck.
Well, next to that is the 7100. Believe it or not, that little monochrome screen radio, which I wish they would have made color, is the only thing it's lacking is the color screen. It doesn't have a built-in antenna tuner, but it does have a tune button and the connector on the back for a remote tuner. And it doesn't have a pan adapter. I mean, if it had those three things, it would be the ultimate radio for the mobile. But even though it has features on it for all the different bands, you can hook up. It's got a DIN plug in the back, and you can hook up an amp for HF, an amp for 6 meters, an amp for 2 meters, an amp for 70 centimeters, which is pretty neat and individually keyed.
That's the ICOM 7100.
Roger.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. I never paid much attention to them because it's got the old school screen. I never paid much attention to it.
That's the same thing I did when I first looked at it. Was that? But then I got to looking at it. I seen it had 2 meters. It does 60 watts on 2 meters. I think 35 watts on 70 centimeters. but I used it primary for the D-Star. I looked at it. The only reason why I looked at it was for D-Star. And then I seen the 2 meters, the 70 centimeters, the HF 6 meters on it, and then the features it had. And I said, wow. And now it does have a band scan adapter. You know, you hit the button. It's like the old TS-2000. You hit the button, it puts your radio in standby life as it receives the whole band, and it creates like a cityscape of the band, which is really not useful. I wish that would have been just a pan adapter. But, yeah, it's got a lot of features on it, pretty neat. It's good satellite radio as well. I put it on HF here. The guys liked it. The audio seemed a little bit lower with the same settings as the 7300. The audio seemed a little bit lower on the 7100.
Yeah, that band scan, the old 706s used to have that. It's kind of a novelty thing.
Yeah. Well, for the mobile, or if you want to do 2 meters of D-Star, it's the ultimate radio. I mean, you stick the radio back there by the antenna, and you got the head. It doesn't attach to the radio, so you have to use a separation cable that they give you. But you stick the bulk of the radio right near the antenna, short feed line, and then have the head mounted up. It'll fit in the middle of a console on a or a car with bucket seats.
All right, I'm back. KB2 UKA.
Welcome back.
So where did you get that in the mail, Doug?
What was that?
When do you think you'll get the mail in it?
Oh, Monday. I won't ship it later than Monday. Probably it'll go. I'll drop it off at my local shipping guy probably like around 2:30 Monday.
All right, cool. And yeah, give me the information. So I'll send it. Well, I guess you're gonna go pick it up tomorrow and try it.
Yeah, I'll pick it up late morning. It's only like 10 minutes from my house, and I just want to plug it in. I'll initialize it so all my crap's wiped from it, and then that's it. And then PayPal's just my email. That's it. The one on QRZ.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'll do it friends and family.
Yeah, no problem. You're going to love it, man. You're absolutely going to love it. And then the only thing left, Dominic, is a Hermes light.
No, I'm not. I don't think I'll quite commit to running my radio from a computer. I just can't embrace that. I don't know. Maybe I'm old-fashioned, but I got the little SDR RTL receiver I can just plug into my computer and I can listen to SDR that way. But I don't think I can. If I did anything, it would probably be the G2 with the knobs.
Yep, I was just going to say that. Or why don't you run that RTL in concert with the 7300, where you're using the front end of the 7300, but you're using the receive of the RTL. And I said that wrong. You'd be using the front end of the RTL. You know what I mean?
Yeah, use the RTL as my receiver. I did that. I had a little box of mine that I had on the wall. I ended up giving it to Art because I wasn't going to use it. It basically did that. But you get that little in between, and I didn't like that. And then the other board, the one that you can buy and stick inside the 7300, that's okay. That's another option. But I think it inserts 3 dB of loss. I mean, I have a real sharp receiver. I don't know if it's this particular 7300, but I can hear things that other people can't hear, and I really like the receive on it. I'd hate to stick 3 dB of insertion in there and lose that, loss. But I'm open to it. Maybe I'll do something like that.
I know what board you're talking about that they sell for the 7300. Does that allow you to open up the receive to wider bandwidth?
Yeah. I could turn around and use the computer then. I can listen, I think, 10 megahertz.
Oh, wow. All right. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And then you never know, man. You play around where you have the pan adapter with the 7300. You might just get the itch for one of these bad boys.
Yeah, I don't know. That would be a hard sell. Like I said, if it was, it would be the G2 with the knobs. The radio actually receives. I could listen to this whole band. Well, I could see the whole band. I can't listen to it, but the pan adapter sees the whole band, so the radio is capable of doing that. It's just that they don't allow you, and I guess it's firmware locked. But when you put that board in there, that changes all of that because you can go before the filters and let the board do all the work.
Yep, I had that board on my 7300. I don't remember that it was able to open up the receive, but it probably was. This is when I first got back into the hobby in 2020, so I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Yeah, there's two ways you could wire that board, and one way is the simple, basic way, and they show you how to do that. And then there's another way of actually going before the filter, and so this way you could listen to the whole band. But, it's just they wanted to make sure that you knew how to do that before you did it.
Well, I probably did it the simple instruction way.
Right.
And there's the whole band. Look at that.
Where's Arthur tonight?
Look at that. I don't know. ON4QNT, where are you?
Send him a message. So I got about 4 or 5 screwdrivers in me, guys, so excuse me if my words are not coming out right.
Well, I never would have guessed that. So you're doing just fine. I had no notion that you had 4 or 5 of those in you.
Yeah, I'm pretty lit. I'm pretty lit right now. Teddy's trying to get me drunk tonight.
Well, that's good. She's going to bring you another one in 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah. I don't drink much, but when I do, I really do, and it's just, I just filter out the body and blow off some steam.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Well, that's good. It's good to do that. What's the weather down there right now? You in the 60s?
It's not bad outside, but, I am under the influence, so you can't really go by me right now. It's 57. Yeah, it's actually pretty nice outside. 57 degrees, humidity 89%, no wind for the first time in weeks.
Yeah, we're 50. This is warm. This is warm. It's going to be a little muggy in the house tonight. Got to open all the windows. I like a nice, cool room. Let me just take a quick recording here. KB2 UKA 12345. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Sending recording.
Yeah, your signal is strong tonight.
Yeah, you too. And I'm strung to Richard. He's strung to me. It's got to be the band, unless it's my antenna because it's soaking wet out.
Oh, really? Richard, you hearing him okay now?
Yeah, he run anywhere from 10, 15 over on me.
Oh, yeah. So it's just been a band that was messed up. We did get hit with a couple of solar flares every other day or so. I noticed in the morning we're losing the band earlier, right, Bill?
Yeah, it seems like it's fading, it's a time of the season, too.
Yeah, if I wake up at 6:30, by the time I'm ready to get on the radio, it's like 7. I know it's too late to talk to you guys. No, not really. So you guys could hear me, but I'll be light to you, Dominic, and Art, definitely. And then Bill, it's weird, man. You and I are not far away. Sometimes we're booming, and sometimes we're not.
Yeah, I'm taking notice of that too. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
And that's even at my old QTH on the vertical, because you would hear me all right on the vertical, but sometimes I wouldn't. So I don't. It's just maybe we're missing each other. The signal might be bouncing right after each other.
Yeah, well, it's like hit and miss between you and I, but like Jeff and Dwayne, they're running much more power than I run, and a lot of better antenna system stuff too. So that has a bearing on it.
I have a little bit of trouble here, Bill. His signal's good, but his audio seems low. To me, I don't know what the deal is. It could be my end.
Well, Bill, I think from us conversations we've had, you don't drive. I know you don't drive it hard, so you don't drive that close to 0 dB, correct?
Yeah, well, when I'm talking right now, I'm right around 0 on. I don't know. It should be. I can't hear Brian very well neither. I mean, he's way low on me.
Well, Bill, you've come up on me since we first started.
Yeah, you too, Richard. That's what I'm saying. It's just the way the band is. But Brian, when he comes in, he's about 7 or 8 on me, and his audio is real low.
Yeah. So yeah, Brian, I think it's the band because he's filling up this room in here. The reason I said that was because I know he's meticulous about having a clean signal. But yeah, if he's hitting 0, yeah, you're not underdriving, Bill.
It could be that he might be right in a null or something on my antenna.
Yeah, it could be. I know normally like that southwest for me, even though I'm pointed that way, which is weird because the legs of my doublet point. Hold on, let me just get my bearings here. Yeah, southeast and northwest. So the broadside is northeast and southwest, which is where the directivity of the antenna should be. Georgia, like Alabama, like those states, I have trouble sometimes getting into. But then California on 20 meters, I'll be 20 over. So I don't know.
My doublet, the ends are south, east, and northwest.
See that? I mean, you don't talk off your engine antenna. It's off the sides of your antenna.
That.
Right. Yeah. So my sides are southwest and northeast towards Europe. That's the perpendicular part of the antenna. Well, the signal's perpendicular to the antenna.
I see mine's northeast and southwest, or southeast and northwest.
Your sides or your ends?
My ends.
Same here.
Made it back. W3 DEP.
Welcome back.
30 over, Dwayne. 30 over.
Yeah, you're doing the same. V3 PSM.
Well, hello, Scott.
What do you think?
Let me just take a quick recording here. KB2 UKA 12345.
November Radio 3 Victor.
November radio. Go ahead.
Yeah, roger that. It's only running under watch here, but November Radio 3 Victoria. Yes, Brian and
All right, Brian. November Radio 3 Victor. This is KB2 UKA Doug. 50 miles east of Manhattan on Long Island. I've got you about 4x7. 4x7. I'm not sure if the other guys hear you in here. I think they would, especially the PA guys. How copy, Brian?
Oh, roger that. No, that's just line copy on this. I just put together a different antenna option that had Wyndham and 80-meter one. So I was hoping I'd be doing a little bit better up that way. It might just be the way I've got recording in.
He's 5'9" here in South Carolina.
All right. Yeah, well, he's closer to you, I think. He might be equidistant in Virginia. Why don't you pick him up, Dom? I'm sorry, I doubled. Dom, pick him up.
Very good, but Bill.
No, I was saying, I got a copy on him, but when he was talking to Doug here, it's like a thumping noise. I don't know if it's just a band, and I don't know how much power he said he is running. It could be that, too.
Dom, pick him up.
Yeah, it was November Romeo, question mark, question mark, question mark. I didn't get it all. Give me it again.
Okay, roger that. Call sign is November Radio 3 Victoria.
Okay, Brian?
Yeah, roger that.
All right, Brian. Yeah, very good. Yeah, you're making a trip to South Carolina. I'm just north of Columbia on Lake Watery, and you're 5'9" here. Your audio could probably have a little bit more presence to it if you could turn it up a little bit. And what kind of radio you got?
Okay, it's new radio. I just got it. My voice a little cracky. It's the Gauge 710.
Okay, very good, very good. And do you know how to get to your ALC meter? If you go over to your ALC meter, when you're looking at it, maybe you could turn the audio up until you're just to the just before the edge of that, about 3/4 of the way up the ALC meter. It might help you out.
Okay, let me see. Yeah, it's down a little bit. Hold on.
Oh, say that again, Brian?
Yeah, it looks like the mic level's down a little bit.
Well,
Bring it up. If you go to your ALC meter and look at the little scale there, you want to be about 3/4 of the way at least. Why you talk normal?
Okay, let me see. That's about. Okay, that looks like that increased it a little bit there.
Very good, very good. That brings you up to 5 over S9, so you bring your average up. Yeah, what kind of antenna you got?
Okay, I just put together a nothing fancy. It's up about 25 feet. I'm going to go a little bit higher. I just kind of put everything together today. So trying to cut it down a little bit there.
Roger. Yeah, I'm hearing what you're talking about, Bill. There's something pumping there.
Yeah, like on his P's and stuff, it's like an implosion or something. Did you hear that?
is he using the hand mic?
If you're using the stock mic for that radio, talk into the sideways into it.
Okay, well, the thing is, my voice is all broken up. I have the flu.
Again?
No, my voice is cracking because I had the flu last weekend.
Right. Is that the stock mic, though?
It is.
Yeah, when you talk into it, instead of directly into the front of it, talk from the side of it. It can be close to the amount, but talk from the side of it. It'll probably get rid of that popping noise. But, yeah, being that you bring your ALC up, your signal came up a little bit. I'm going to stand by and see if anybody else is here. Anybody else want to work them?
I can hear him, but I can't make out too much of what he's saying. I got S9 static crashes, hash from 95.
All right, Richard, you got him?
I can't even hear him at all.
All right, and, Bill, you hear him, right?
Yeah, I got a copy. His first name's Brian, am I correct?
QSL.
Back to you. Yeah, sorry, my voice. I've been having problems. I had the flu last week. Kind of attacked my voice there. Getting a little bit better now.
Yeah, Brian, I got a copy on you. Since you made that adjustment, it got better. Yeah, this is Bill, Bravo, India, Lima, Lima. Call sign's Kilo 1, Whiskey, India, Lima. And I'm in the state of Pennsylvania. I'm about 40 miles southeast of downtown Pittsburgh, QSL.
Okay, roger that. Yeah, I've got a good copy on you, good 5.9 copy. Like I say, I need to get my antenna up. It's going to go higher, but it's just I haven't had a lot of time lately. But I did want to put together a window. I was using an end-fed, like the Chameleon, but I like to have something that's a full length, so I thought that would help me out today, so I went ahead and put something together. So at least it's working pretty good.
Yeah, I'm going to pass it over to Dwayne. Go ahead, Dwayne. You have a copy? You pick them up?
Yeah, he's real light on me. His audio is super light, but I can hear him in there. Brian, name here is Dwayne. The call sign's W3DP, and I'm located 36 miles south of Pittsburgh.
Okay, roger that, Dwayne. Yeah, I've got a good copy on you. I hear everybody really good. I guess the Sherwood says that this is supposed to have one of the best receivers in it, so it does pick up everybody really good.
Hey, Brian.
Like I said, I'm hearing you, but you're really light there. If you had probably a little bit more wattage, it would really be nice. But I think you said you're doing about 100 watts.
Correct, that's correct. Yeah, just 100 watts. Yeah, I haven't got an amplifier yet. I'm still getting around, so I think I'm going to do something solid state this time. So I just have to see what I want to do. Back to you in our
In due time. Okay, well, I'm going to pass you on to see who else can pick you up there, and whoever else can pick him up, go right ahead. W3DP.
Yeah, let me grab it real quick. Hey, Brian, it's Doug again, KB2UKA. Do you have a pen with you?
I do, sure do.
All right. So I'm hearing you anywhere from 4x9, maybe 4x7 to 4x9, but I hear you fine. If you put my call sign into YouTube, my call sign again is Kilo Bravo number 2, Uniform Kilowatt Alpha. I'm live streaming right now, and I'm using noise reduction, so even though you're light on me, I can still hear you. 54 minutes and 20 seconds. If you want to watch the video back later, you don't have to watch it now. Go to 54 minutes and 20 seconds. That's when you pretty much were the loudest. And then you can fast forward it and rewind it from there and listen to the whole QSO. It's the only video that I posted today, so it shouldn't be hard for you to find. Over.
In a room with a view. You're on YouTube now.
Okay. And that in R3D. Okay.
That's screwdriver number 6, Dom.
I've got my computer out, so anyway, yeah, my voice, I better give it a rest there, but thanks for letting me get in there. I listen to you guys a lot, but I don't get in to do much talking with the way my voice has been last week, but anyway, yeah, thanks for all the help and everything, and I'll get over there and look at that video there and everything, and try to check in with y'all later. Have a good rest of the weekend, and 73s to everybody. NR3D 73.
All righty, 73. Stop by anytime. KB2UKA.
Yes, Brian, NR3V, you take care. Definitely get yourself an amplifier. 40 meters, 80 meters, even 20 meters. It's well worth having an amplifier. Amplifiers are for your friends. But pull up a chair and hang around if you like. If we can hear you, we'll work you. W4, DR.
Roger, good evening, NR3V.
All right, well, I'm going to get out of here. I got to go feed these wonderful doggies and kitty cats, and I got to get to bed. I am shot, and if I go to bed now, I might have a chance of talking to you guys in the morning. So everybody on frequency, it was a wonderful time. KB2, UK clear. Go ahead, Dom.
All right, there. Hey, go down to the storage shed first before you get on the radio.
7-3.
Wait, what'd you say, Tom?
Blood wound where you got shot.
Good night, Doug.
All right, later, Dom. Later, Richard. Later, Bill. Later, Dwayne. Everybody. Scott, Brian, everyone, take care.
Hey, Doug, take care, buddy.
All right, Doug, take care. Maybe we'll catch you in the morning if you're going to be in there. W3DP.